Should I stay or should I go?
So, if you're having relationship issues and you're trying to get clarity whether to stay in that relationship or walk away from it, there are some questions I need to ask you, and then you can make your decision about what you can do about it. Does my partner consistently invest in me? Does my partner make me a priority? Are most of your needs met in this relationship most of the times? Or are they not? Is there safety and security within the relationship? Is your vulnerability being met with kindness or with hostility? Do you feel emotionally safe to be yourself? Does choosing your partner make you choose yourself, or does it make you betray yourself? Do you find yourself needing to hide parts of yourself with your partner? Do you minimize your needs with your partner? Do you think there's a healthy give and take within the relationship? Is there a power balance between the relationship? Is there an equal give or take within the relationship? Or do you have to swallow your needs in order to maintain this connection? Does your partner make you a happier person? Or do you find yourself most of the times feeling anxious, depressed, feeling insecure? How does your partner make you feel? Is this relationship positively contributing, and is it good for your psychological health? Are you just settling with your partner? Are you there because you might be fearing being alone, or maybe perhaps don't want to restart again in relationships? Are you consciously choosing your partner from a grounded place because they do in fact cherish you? Will the strong, stable, and secure, self-sufficient, confident person, the self-respecting version of you, choose this person? If you had the abundance of options to choose from, would you still choose this person? Do you have any boundaries? And what are your non-negotiable boundaries? Are those boundaries being honored in this relationship? How do they deal with conflicts? Does your partner take responsibility for their unhealthy behaviors? Or do they get defensive when you bring up something difficult? How is that? You might be feeling that there's chemistry, that there is a connection with the other person, that there is the attraction and there is the attachment to this person. There might be the love to this person, but that's still not a criteria for keeping a person, because that's quite naive. It's quite naive because even if we love someone who claims to love us, it doesn't amount to anything. If you're not getting a genuine interest from the other person and they're not genuinely investing in you, in what you deserve, you are just loving that person and you are trying to meet their standards where you're not meeting your own standards, and that can be quite unhealthy for you. Because if your partner is doing the bare minimum for the relationship, it's okay to love them, but it doesn't mean you have to stay there. At the end of the day, if you choose a relationship in which your needs are not being met and you're doing everything for the other person, that's going to have a toll on your self-esteem and your self-confidence. If you're finding that you're abandoning yourself to make the other person happy just because of love, all right, and in order to maintain that relationship, before labeling yourself that you might be too needy, too wanty, too demanding, right? You need to objectively evaluate the other person and see the environment that you're in, right? And see how that relationship is contributing to these things, if they're in fact valid, right? Because sometimes people need to be self-accountable for the behaviors that they do. You're not just one person in this relationship. The other person has to contribute too. And sometimes as human beings, we can be making excuses for other people just because we want to be with them. And that's not enough. It's not enough because it takes two to tango. And I always say that. So find what you are limiting in yourself, if you're limiting yourself, and if in fact it's a healthy relationship for you and not a dysfunctional one. And you do that for your future, right? Because love is just not enough. Love is not something that it's going to sustain itself. because in the end, it can lead to other things if you don't take a toll on it and make the necessary adjustments in order to have a happy life. Love is really not enough, right? Sometimes the mind and being able to connect with somebody that can resonate with what your needs are is far more important than love. You need the connection, you need to be able to have communication in place, and you need things that are healthy, right? Because you need to remember that the qualities that the person has now, right, within the next 5 years, take those, let's say, negative qualities that they have and try to understand they're gonna be 20 times worse. So if you're thinking things are gonna change, right, but let's say you are doing the work to make things right, if things are not gonna change, they can only get worse, right? You both need to be putting in the work, but you also need to have quite an analytical mind and sometimes remove your feelings from the equation and see if this person is in fact good for your health and for your future. Invest in yourself. That's the best thing you can do.